Gentlemen, you're welcome once again to D Tutor Host, and I'm your humble host, Uncle D. Now, we have a question set before us. We have to evaluate limit 7x cubed plus 5x squared plus 5 all over 6x squared plus 5x plus 1. Now, don't forget we are giving our limit set to be what? 1. So our x there is 1. So we are going to disregard this. First of all, the first step here is to disregard this. We'll assume it's not given to us, then we'll work with this. So we're going to differentiate this value. So when we differentiate d over dx, now I didn't use dy dx because there's no y in the value in the question given to us. So we're going to have d over dx of 7x cubed plus 5x squared plus 5 all over d over dx of 6x cubed plus 5x plus 1. So when we differentiate, so let's start differentiating. When we differentiate, we're going to have, so now when we differentiate, we simply use the power to multiply this and minus 1 away from the power. I go over again, you use the power to multiply, whichever the power here is 3. We will use 3 to multiply the whole of this and minus 1 away from the 3. The same thing is applicable here. You use 2 to multiply this and minus 1 away from 2. That's what is known as differentiation. So when we differentiate, we're going to have 3 times 7x cubed minus 1 plus 2 times 5x squared minus 1 minus 1. So when we are differentiating a constant, when differentiate a constant, it becomes 0. All over, differentiate the down one, we're going to have it again at the same procedure is applicable here. 2 times 6 minus 2 times 6 square raised to the power minus 1. So when we do that, we're going to have 2 times 6x square minus 1 plus, now the power here is 1. So we're going to have 1 times x squared 5x minus 1 minus 1. And we differentiate the constant again, we're going to have it to be what? 0. So if you get that, I'll go over that again for proper understanding. When differentiation is all about using the power to multiply what was given to you and minus 1 away from the power. And we're giving 7x cubed. So we're going to use the power here is 3. So 3 times 7x cubed minus 3 minus 1. 3 times 7x cubed minus 1. Here will be 2 times 5x squared minus 1. The same thing. 2 times 6x squared minus 1. Then the power here is 5. So it's going to be 1 times 5x 1 minus 1. So that's what we did here. That's how we arrive at the solution. So let's start solving. We'll proceed further from this place. Don't forget we have 3 times 7x cubed minus 1. So that becomes 3 times 7 becomes 21 x. Then 3 minus 1 give us what? 2. Then go to the next one. 2 times 5 is same thing as 10 x. Then 2 minus 1 the same thing as 1. So no need of putting it to worry, no, it is 1. Then of course we know that the differentiation of constant 0, that one will go all over the down one again. 2 times 6 will give us what? 12 x. Then 2 minus 1 the same thing as 1. Then plus 1 times 5 will give us what? 5. 1 times 5 will give us 5. 5x. 1 minus 1 will give us what? 0. Okay. So if we have it to this extent, then we proceed further. We have it to become, just to eliminate this 0 here, we have it to become 21 x squared plus 10x all over 12x plus 5. So anything to the power 0 is what? 1. So 5 times 1 will give us what? 5. Anything to the power 0 is 1. So 5 times 1 will give us what? 5. So we proceed further from there. Now we're going to start applying the limit. Don't forget x is equals to what? 1. That's the question. X is equals to 1. So anyway I have x in this question, in this equation, I will simply just put 1. And if we do that, we're going to have 21 bracket x square plus 10 bracket 1 all over 12 bracket 1 plus 5. And if we do that, we're going to have 1 raised to the power 2 is same thing as 1. So that will give us 1 times 1 is 1, which is that will give us what? 21 plus 10 all over 12 plus 5. So 21 plus 10 will simply give us 31, and 12 plus 7 plus 5 will give us what? 17. So these are we solve questions regarding limits. Don't forget, this is D Tutor Home, and I am your humble host, Uncle D.